I'm once again here in the beautiful sundown. Dude, I made a vlog like 12 days ago and I'm out here again. Yo, fit check, fit check. Check this out, guys. I'm really proud of this. Put this all together. Got the white ass kicks, you know, the Jack and Jones. Got the baggy pants. And dude, this is my first time like wearing like a sleeveless freaking tank top, man. For a long time, I was really like afraid to even wear tank tops in the first place because I was like, dude, am I even ready for this? Am I too chubby? Am I like, are my arms like ready for this shit? You know, I don't know. Took some sessions in the gym and a lot of convincing to finally go online and buy some of these. And you know, I'm rocking them pretty good actually. Feels very like refreshing. Feels new. Like feels nice to wear something, you know, new and stuff like that. Reinventing yourself. That dog from yesterday is here again. And now the owner's gonna come out and be like, no, come on. I actually stopped the recording last time because of this dog on my previous update. I made an update 12 days ago. And I stopped it because of that dog. Because it was going way more ham. And I was about to stop it just now. But you know what? Yeah, we just let those moments slide. The dog was letting me pass. Maybe it's getting used to the fact that I'm walking by here now. It's kind of like a weird little road. It's like, it's just like, people just live on the side and there's like a field on the side. It's like, this is like people's like backyard entrance in a way. So I'm guessing it is supposed to be like a walking trail, but hopefully I'm not like, you know, invading on anybody's privacy over here, but I don't know. I think I look pretty unassuming and not like I'm about to rob anybody. It's crazy, man. Speaking of robbing people, that's a great transition right there. Do you guys know that I feel like in Denmark, man, like I tell people a lot of the time, it's just like I just don't lock my door a lot of the time. Like if I'm just going to the shops or if I'm heading out for like an hour or something like that, like I don't really lock the door. Sure, if I'm like gone for the whole day, I'll lock the door, whatever, you know, that's fine. But if I forget to lock the door, I wouldn't really say it's like the end of the world. And I've always been like that, really. When I lived in the big city, I always locked the door, obviously. But out here, I'm kind of in the countryside, and I feel like people are just very trustworthy. Like, nobody's going to do anything. Like, everybody's just, like, enjoying themselves and just having a great time. And, you know, it's just, like, there's a good amount of trust out here. Like, people are very nice. And that's one thing I love about Denmark. And that's honestly probably the number one reason why I'll never, like, I guess leave this region of the world, really. Like I've always, I remember when I was younger, man, it's just going to be a random ramble. I really don't have much to talk about since last week. I guess I have a few things, but I'll go into that a bit later. But I've lived in the UK, I've lived in Finland. I was stuck in the US for like 3 weeks at one point during COVID. And it's like, I like all these places, but man, something about Denmark, man, it's just like super low key. It's very relaxed. Felt a similar thing with Finland for sure. And the UK to some extent. Like everybody's just pretty chill. There were things I liked about all the places I lived. I wouldn't say one was worse than the other one. Like the optimist in me always says, you know, this had this had that, and all this stuff. Like for example, the UK, easily the best part was the politeness, man. Like people always say like the Brits are a bunch of doomers, man. But for me, dude, I thought everybody was so polite. All the workers were super polite. There's a lot of mosquitoes out here, but I don't think they bite yet. They are not the ones that bite. I will have to maybe wear something longer once we get to that season though, which is gonna suck because you kind of want to like not wear a whole lot when it gets warmer. Right now it is May 22nd or 23rd. It might even be like 24th or 25th. And we're literally just getting into the summer season, I guess. It's late May. We're getting to summer. And right now, most of the week it's gonna be like 20 degrees Celsius, 20 to 24, which I know that sounds crazy for you guys, but that is hot for me, very hot. Obviously I live in a very cold country, and for most of April it's been like hovering around 9 to 12, which is fairly cold, but you know, it's finally starting to warm up. And man, Let me know in the comments what's like an unbearable amount of heat for you. For me, once we get to about 27, that's when it becomes a little much. I'm sure I'll be able to handle it a lot easier this time, but I usually thrive better in the cold than the summer, the heat. Like I can do fine in minus 18, minus 20. Not that I like that, but you know, I can survive it easier than like anything above 27 Celsius. You can type in Fahrenheit too if you're American. I know Fahrenheit pretty well. I've taught myself a lot of American units because of just having friends there and stuff like that. I've also taught myself, so many random measurements. Like from watching disc golf, I've learned feet and inches. Well, not feet and inches, just feet, I guess. Like 100 feet is like 328-ish. 100 meters is 328 feet, about. So when somebody says, oh, this hole is 602 feet or whatever, it's like I roughly know. It's like, oh, it's about, like I don't know the exact calculation. I think it's just, as long as you know roughly what it's at, you know, it's like 185 or something, you know, in my head. Like I can quickly do a little calculation. Dude, it's the cat again from the last time I was here. I don't want to scare it. Last time I stopped, so I wouldn't scare the cat. But this time, we're gonna keep on trucking because the cat's moving the same way as me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just fucking rambling, man. I'm really enjoying my time off. If it wasn't obvious, like I'm just out here, just investing time into myself these days, which is like not something I've been doing for a while. I looked like shit in my last video too. If that wasn't, I don't know if it was obvious or not, but I was kind of like unshaven and I like was just working and wearing a cap to like hide my hair and all this stuff. But yeah, man, I'm currently, as for work related things, like look, kitty. Look, it's a cat. Look, he's so friendly. Hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. Hello. What a nice cat. Sorry, I filmed that pretty poorly. I can't just like turn the camera around. Like someone's walking their dog. But yeah. In general, I would say it's like, how do I put it? I'm kind of just enjoying 2 weeks off right now-ish. I got my last video out and man, I have never like not cared about views in my life as little as this. Cause like, got a lot of positive reception from everybody in the community, I would say. And somebody right here. Got a lot of positive reception from like everybody in the community, but not too many views. But I don't really care because I got sponsored, and like everybody that I wanted to see the video saw the video. Like the people that saw the video was like the inner core of the scene. And I thought that was really sick. So yeah, shout outs to everybody that like retweeted my video or, you know, reposted it on Blue Sky or posted it in Discords or whatever, because I think a lot of people took some things away from that and were like, oh, this is pretty sick, you know. I'm in my experimental phase, making some new things, you know, tutorial content. My FM video was more about like probability, I guess, or Speedrun.com oddities, which is like a new thing, I guess, for me too. So I'm just making whatever I want. I'm kind of at a size now, I think, on YouTube where people just want to see me have fun with it and pour some effort in and just have fun. And that's where I'm at too, I think. So I'm just gonna stand here and really quick just take a look at the sunset. We're gonna let this, there's a girl walking her dog and she was like 5 meters in front of me. I want to let her like get ahead so I can just like focus on my talking and also let, it looks like the dog was like trying to shit, but like she knew like I was right behind, so she didn't want to do that. That was fair. But yeah, man, I'm taking a couple weeks right now to like think about what I want to work on next. I feel like it's very important. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel necessarily, but I'm looking for inspiration right now in like what I want to do, and I'm slowly getting it. I was watching, I was doing my third watch of Emp Lemon's latest video in NASCAR's Most Chaotic Driver. I think it's such a brilliant video. Just the way, dude, the way Emp Lemon makes videos is unlike anybody else on this platform. If you guys like my videos, you need to be watching that guy. he makes the best videos on the site, in my opinion. At least like in relation to what I'm looking for in a video, he makes the best shit. It's DIY. It's from the ground up. He's hardworking. His fucking vocabulary and his writing style is immaculate. And the way he kind of like, what he does a lot of times, he takes a topic that's like, let's say yin and yang, right? We'll take yin and yang, and we're gonna make a video centered around these. The video is sympathy for the villain, I remember. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna take the yin and yang, I'm gonna read up about yin and yang, and we're gonna make that like, I'm gonna talk about my favorite characters in fiction based around yin and yang. And so he takes like man versus fate, man versus machine, man versus nature. And he takes all these different types of people and like just talks about them in like these interesting philosophical ways. And I'm just like, man, I need to step up my shit. Like, I'm like, is there a way I could do that with speedrunning? And I definitely think there is. And I'm kind of brewing on a couple ideas. Like, I really want to cover more character stories, kind of like with Hypno, but I want to make it more like that, I guess, where I need to focus on, like, I think, okay, I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit like tough to do when you make speedrunning videos. And I think the issue at hand is the fact that we are a very respectful bunch of people. A lot of the time, you know, let's say Lemon, he makes a NASCAR video. He can say whatever the fuck he wants about any of these drivers because he's never going to meet them in person. He's never going to have direct contact with them. We speedrunners, man, we're small. We're not big celebrities. We're not people that can, I'm not going to say handle like critique or anything like that, but in general, we try to just not say anything negative about each other because we all respect that we put in the hustle because we're underground at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I think it's really hard for me to make a video sometimes because if somebody has like a dodgy part of their career, that's like let's say they have like some bad years where like they can't PB or they suck or like they just get washed or some new player like washes over them. It's like a lot of people don't say that stuff. We just don't say that shit a lot of the time. It's kept very hidden and we only focus on the positives. And obviously I don't want to make negative videos, but I think there's, going back to yin and yang here, I feel like there's a something to be said about the juxtaposition of there being something good and bad in both, I suppose. So I think with like to create a good story, you need to know where they came from, and like sometimes that's not always the most pleasant thing in the world, right? Like I think that part is very important, and again, something no creator is like really ever talks about. You know, you look at everybody's videos, even Summoning Salt, like a lot of the time, like the most you get is like, oh, this guy failed this trick, or this guy failed this you know, he was struggling with this trick, but it's like it doesn't get much more philosophically deep than that. It's not like that he was struggling with this and this translated into his life where it would spiral out of control and all this shit. Or like you could use that and you can talk about how somebody had a struggle in their life, but then like something clicked, or like they got a new job, or like, you know, they found a new partner or whatever, and that kind of like flipped their whole life around in a way, and it translated into this PB. Like I feel like we aren't talking about these things enough. Also, I was just passing the girl with the dog. I was waiting for her, and then she ended up like, I ended up passing her anyway, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, it's just something we don't really talk about enough in these videos, and I think it's because we are just such a small community, and we're like very afraid to tackle, like to delve deeper into people's personal lives, if that makes sense. I think a lot of people who speedrun are also just introverts. They want it, like they do it to, let me just sit on one of these very fine rocks. Last time out, whenever the birds flew over my head, I was over there. But now we're gonna sit on a rock. But yeah, I think, you know, a lot of speedrunners are introverts who do not want to necessarily like want their private life to be known, if that makes sense. So I think in a lot of ways, it's like creators are too afraid to ask them about it. Like a lot of speedrunners will do speedruns to escape the real world, and so they can be anonymous online and feel like they are something, if that makes sense, to make a name for themselves. So I've always been at a crossroads when I make these videos, because I love to cover people's life story, and I feel like with the Jack series that I did, that's the closest I've ever been able to do that. Not with everybody. Like there were some people that, you know, you never even got to see their face, or just the fact that I even got an interview was incredibly, like that was close, you know, and stuff like that. But just getting to talk about Bob, getting to talk about Goofy in these more like intimate ways, I guess. Talking about struggling with their job and like not having time to do all this stuff and whatever, you know. It's like it's something a lot of people can relate to, but nobody hears in these stories, and it's tough. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, if you're a speedrunner out there and you want your story to be told, I think it's very important that, you know, be open with yourself and admit to yourself, who am I actually and where did I come from? And like a lot of people want their achievements out there and they want them to be told, but they don't want the rest out there either, you know. It's like if anybody were to like do a video on me, for example, I would tell them about my youth and like where I came from and how I used to be bad at speedrunning, but I progressively got better. And that makes for a very compelling story, right? Like everybody has a story. And that's the greatest part. Like stories are, man, it really is like a fruit of life. It's what I look for when I go to YouTube. You know, you sit down with a meal. It's 2026. Of course, you're watching YouTube with a meal. Shout outs to, well, actually, shit. I was telling you guys about like what the weather is for you guys or something earlier. I said to leave a comment, but if you haven't left a comment yet, tell me what. Dude, I just forgot what I was gonna say. I'm just yapping here. What was I gonna say? I forget. Probably not important anyway. But yeah, man, when I make videos, I want it to be personal. I really do. And you know, sometimes you can't always tell a personal story. And it sucks, right? Again, with the Jack series, that was the closest I ever got. But going forward, man, like I want people to understand that a lot. I get a lot of recommendations to do world record histories on specific games. And I'm just gonna say it, man. I love speedrunning. I love video games, but the games are not gonna sell itself. They just don't anymore. Like they don't do it anymore. I need people behind it. I need people that bring the hype. I need people that have something interesting to say. And I think a lot of people may assume that you need to be a Deo Man or a Hypno Shark or somebody that pops off really hard or is really explosive, but that's just an easy form of expression. You can actually, like, you can understand the excitement, but what other people don't understand is that's not the only way. It's like you can have relief, you can have other things. It's just the way you tell a story and where you come from and all this stuff. But you can only get a story out of things through people telling you about it. And a lot of these, you get these little clips of people from Twitch highlights and stuff like that. It's not like you're getting calls with people and then they tell you their entire life story. Like that doesn't really just happen like that, right? But yeah, right now I'm in the zone of thinking about how to make better videos, and to do that I take these walks. I don't put on headphones. I don't distract myself with like meaningless, like I don't need music. I don't need to like constantly be stimulated by videos. I say that as I'm literally recording this right now, but you know, when I put this down, the rest of my walk is going to be no phone and stuff. So, you know, you need to take time to yourself and figure out sometimes like what you're working with, I guess. And I'm not trying to force it either. It's not like, oh, I'm out here because I really need to get a new idea and all this stuff. It's like I know what I want to make. I'm just trying to make it better at the end of the day, you know. And sometimes, I wouldn't even say sometimes. The way you do that is by boring yourself. Like, I feel like inspiration happens when you let yourself be bored. And it's why you see people like doing crap like raw dogging flights or like wall staring and stuff like that. It's because like when you do shit like that, you aren't stimulating your brain. And when you aren't stimulating your brain, you give it time to breathe. It gets time to relax. And then you're like, oh, I'm ready for new life. If that makes sense. So that's what I'm out here doing right now. Just And dude, the weather's great. I can't believe I'm just wearing this right now. Like, dude, a few fucking like a week ago, it was horribly like cold. It was like, damn, summer's finally here. It really is. It's a good feeling, and it's not too warm yet. So I'm really liking my like the vibes right now. It's about to get dark. And yeah, I've really not been doing much this weekend. Like today, I was asking people if they wanted to like hang out, like, you know, go fish for some discs in the water at the course, because people throw frisbees in the water all the time, and I have some equipment that can fish them out and stuff, and it's really just comfy. But nobody was down for that today, so I was like, all right, I'll go for a little walk. You know, I'll do my thing. Tomorrow I'm playing 2 rounds of disc golf though, and then on Sunday I'm gonna be working out again. Gotta keep at it in the gym. You know, I've been going for almost a year. Progress is slow because I only go twice a week. It's just what I have time for at the moment, and yeah, it's going really good. It really is. So don't really have much else to say. I feel like I was onto something. Like there was something where I had an idea earlier where I was like, man, I forgot what I was gonna say earlier, basically. But I think I'll watch this video back. I'll remember what it was. I'll leave it down in the comments. Okay. So I think that's gonna do it for now, guys. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. And yeah, I don't know. Kind of want to stay here for longer, but I don't have much else to say. So taking my time right now, relaxing. Tune into my stream Monday through Thursday starting at 12. There's going to be some Jak 3, some Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Probably going to go back to Budokai 3 because I got that into ESA and I want to get better at it. Got to get some practice streams in. Big time. And I've recently started playing Bully as well. It's a fun game. It's a really great game. A little bit stressful. Like, you're always on a timer, but I'm having a great time with it. It's a lot of fun. So take care, guys. Peace. Sorry for yapping for so long, but if you watch this far, just know that I appreciate you and thank you for listening to parts of my life. See ya. Peace.